Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. Trying to shut this book. There we go. So, how are y'all doing today? I'm having a good day today. I wanted to talk about some funny stuff before we discuss Donald Trump. So, what happened to me funny this week? Let's keep it positive. I watched a movie. It's an old movie called Superhero Movie. And so one of the guys coughs into one of the mad scientists, moo ha ha ha, coughs into the tissue and blood appears. And he was like, Drake from Drake and Josh was like, "Are you okay?" He was like, "No, that's healthy cough blood." He said, "That's healthy cough blood." I said, "What the heck?" And he was like, on the scene, my favorite scene was like, he was like, your crack, my crack pipe broke. He was like, "What's wrong with your lips?" Oh, I got something to tell y'all that happened years ago. I was in Philadelphia. There were no police around. And we were at Dunkin' Donuts because Dunkin' Donuts is known on the East Coast. They're East Coast, like all strips, especially in Maryland, in Pennsylvania. So I go to look to my right, and I was trying to pick up an item like a soda or something. And there was the size of this, there was a big meth pipe in there. I said, is they trying to put their meth pipes on ice or something? And everybody started laughing. And it was like 10 of us in there, no lie. And they were like, did this really happen? It was white people in there. And they were like, did this really happen? Did somebody leave their meth pipe in a refrigerator? Now, only two reasons you can leave your meth pipe in a refrigerator full of items that people, contamination, number one. But two reasons. You can either be incompetent or the police was around. And why didn't anybody catch that? Yeah, you did. So that was very incompetent. And I think the police was around. And that's why we need to crack down on crime. That's why we need to crack down on crime. Do you want a crack pipe in your neck of the woods? Or what's worse, what if somebody leave a loaded gun somewhere for a child to pick up? That's why the police, number one, when they know that suspect has a gun, they go and they search for the gun because they don't want no child or adolescent or adult getting a hold of it. It could go off at any moment. Anything can happen. It could be jammed. Anything can happen. Anything. And they just throw it. These criminals just throw it and don't care or gives two shits about who's going to catch it, a bullet or who's going to be tampering with their guns that they threw away and they paid for to get smuggled in. Then it's crime. I hate to say this, but it's mostly black on black crime. And everybody blames Trump. Everybody. They stay blaming Trump. My foot hurt. It must be Trump. That's delusional. I didn't get paid. It must be Trump. Now that's how I sound a little bit. What's going on with me? but I made some solid points about my situation. The technology that's out here, we don't know. I can only speculate what technology is out here. But if I'm inventing stuff, it's already either been invented or it's in the works. Because people think just like me. I'm not crazy. It's incompetent of me when you make me look incompetent. My brain is nothing wrong with my brain. I have mental health issues, but it's nothing wrong with my brain when I logically think about stuff. There's inventors out here, innovators, AI technology hosts, and creators, innovators, technology creators. Now imagine what they can fucking think. Innovative technology creators. I am a creator. I'm a creator of my own show, and this is what I do. That's a big fly. I would show y'all, but it's gonna fly away. I moved it. I like messing with nature, and nature messes with me too. That's why I hate being out here because I always get bombarded by a bee. A bee always come around me, and I'll be like, "Whoa!" If you see me go like "whoa" and start backing up, you gonna know I'm trying to get away from the bee because I have this drink, and as soon as I came on, I tried to sit over there, and it was just pretend this is the bee. I'm like, what the hell, man? And then it started float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's why they call me Muhammad Ali. Yeah. I don't want to be stung. I used to get stung all the time as a child, y'all. All the time. My poor little body, skinny body couldn't take it. I was all of 99 pounds and 5'1" or 5'0". Oh my God. That's the worst feeling ever is when you get stung by a bee. What I do with my other phone? Give me a second. Okay, just in case I need a fact check. Yeah. But I just wanted to tell y'all a joke and let y'all guard down for a second and break the ice. I like to break the ice. Today it was a break in the ice day where you get to know Kimberly. You know who I am, but you don't know my true personality. You think of it as psychotic and crazy. I think of it as intelligent and creative. I I actually all the platforms out there. I kind of have the right to think that I'm intelligent and creative because who's going to think that for me? Who's going to think that for me? Who's out here? You have the right to think that you're intelligent and wise and creative. But I don't have a big head. I compliment myself, and I think that what I'm saying is getting through to the president. Let's get into politics now. So, like I said in my papers, yes, he's 79 years old. Um, Let me make sure. Fact check. How old is Donald Trump? Okay, he's 79 years old. He gets intel from the top people, even probably from aliens. And it's like he got this black girl from the hood telling him about that China got a one up on us this time about tariffs because of possibly um you know why. You know what I said and I wrote. Think about it for a second. You may have one up on China, but guess what? China bought some time. They bought some time until November to pay a tariff. And they're most 80% of the reason. If it wasn't for the drugs in our country, I don't blame Z for my environment. Maybe we wasn't even in office then. I blame him for the drugs that has poured into our countries and killed thousands and made me addicted during the time I was in Hawaii. And I also blame another person, but his name is in high alert on TikTok when I say it. It's the O to the B to the A to the MA. If it wasn't for people allowing drugs and not cracking down on drugs, what happened to Dare? What happened to Dare? That was a joke. My dad was a crackhead forever. If they would have took that cocaine off the street, he wouldn't have been able to touch it. Woo, a wasp. I could have been advanced. I should have, you know what I should have did, y'all? I should have been like, damn. So yeah, but the drugs out on the street is killing people and making people addicts and have low self-worth, low self-esteem, kill, rob, steal, cheat, lie. I seen this one lady, the police walked up on her and it's like they actually knew what she did, allegedly. She stole some food from Burger King. And so she got this big old jacket on and they like, ma'am, take empty your pockets. And she's like, no, where you been? I'm not telling you crap. I'm like, what is up with these people? I see these people every day, and all they have to do is seek help, but there is no help out there really. The HMIS system is rigged. It's rigged. But some people have stability with their families and friends, so I don't get just I want to be able to internalize this. When people have friends and family, I want to be able to internalize, hey, look, why didn't you seek out? You have all this family. Why didn't you seek out a new member of your family if you couldn't get the needs you were wanting? But yet you seek out your family for money and you seek out your family to use them, but then you get depressed. Oh, it touched my hand. The bee touched my hand with its paw. I could have just been stung, y'all. But, you know, I don't understand. And then when it's convenient for them, it's like, oh, that's family right there. But when they try to, they don't want to reach out to all of their family. I never got that. If that was me, I would reach out to my family. And the reason why I'm saying this is because y'all need to come together, whoever this message is for. I'm when I get on a tangent about stuff, it's a message out there for someone. I feel like, I'm connected with some people. And I I have like family, but I don't want to get into my subject of my family and how I feel about them. But just know that I've tried my best to be equal and I tried my best to be respectful and I tried my best to be fair. I I truly feel like families need to come together and not build like y'all have cliques within. I never understood the cliques within families. I never understood that. On the contrary, another message. It should never be a clique amongst a family member. That's a division. You're not there to hate each other. You're there to love each other. I know what happened in the Christian days, but Christianity has evolved and has changed. And I'm a Christian, a proud Christian. I'm not following nobody. I'm not following nobody. This isn't even scripted. You give me a piece of paper with a script in it, I read the crap out of that crap. I read the crap out of that crap. and I look good doing it. But this isn't scripted, and it's not meant to be scripted. I I'm a Christian, and nobody is getting me to do anything. Nobody has put a gun to my head and made me talk about Trump. Nobody has solicited me with money to make me talk about Trump. Because before I even got paid, he loved the military. And I know that. He loves the military, and he made it very clear. My health was declining, and this will be in my book. My health, oh my God, I see a bee. Are y'all weaponizing bees now? Oh my God. My health was declining, and I saw like seriously declining. And I sat up there and I seen Trump on TV, and this was in 2019, 2018. I got down on my knees and I prayed to him out loud to get me out of this, because I know, because they were just talking about him and veterans, how he loved veterans, or he was at a summit or something. I got down on my knees and I prayed that he get me out of this, whatever I was going through, whatever is happening to me, I didn't understand. And months later, things started to look better for me. I may have been in school, but like there were spurts of when my health was declining. And so I had enough of it. I had enough. And I sat up there and I prayed to him. And I think I cried, and I had the weirdest dream. I was at the VA hospital because I was sick. And I had a dream. It was just this bright white light, not like what I described to y'all before, but this light was like the light of an iris. It filled up my eyes. It was very bright. And then it just turned very dark. It just got slowly smaller and smaller into a dot. And then I woke up. I prayed, that dream happened, and then I woke up. And then things started to change. My health, I got out of the hospital a couple of days later, and gradually my health started. And then all of a sudden, by not, fate, let's just say fate, I ran into Marty Kaiser, which is a great man who built parts, listening devices, and helped solve the Soviet Union issue, spying on them and stuff, on in hotel rooms. And he was where they made enemy of the state about. That was the man I met. The man I met, enemy of the state, was those two guys, Gene Hackman and Will Smith. They sat up there and made the movie about him. Fate and faith. So have some faith sometimes, y'all. This has been going on for a while. I don't owe Trump. I want to do this because back in the day, I was a hot mess. I didn't like who I saw. I didn't like who I saw, the picture. And that's not how I felt a couple of months ago when I was bigger. How I felt, like, even though I was getting education, some days would be better than others. And the strength I have today is, is straight powerful. And I'm doing this looking up into the sun, you know, it's powerful. I get to put my voice and cause a behavior, whether negative or positive, in people because I'm an influencer. I can't influence y'all that y'all asked to hit that like button somehow. Maybe it's the big tech giants. Who knows? Now I sound like I said earlier. But yeah, I know that I try to push out education. Sorry, try to push out education. What I learned, what comes down to me, there's teachers everywhere. There's professors, there's teachers, there's doctors, you know, professors teach students how to be doctors and grad students, you know, there's teachers everywhere. I'm a teacher that learned from a teacher that learned from doctors that learned from other teachers. And to all my people on the East Coast, I'm in the past. I'm not a time traveler no more. I'm not traveling nothing but roads. I'm not traveling nothing but roads. I'm not flying, but I'm in the past. And DC is in the future, you know. And yeah, so I can sense, no matter what I say or do, um, some people, I just got tough critics. And that's okay. Comes with the territory. So DC, keep rocking in the. I'm not going to throw up no demon signs, but I'll throw up the mahalo sign. Hello, goodbye. Goodbye. Keep rocking in the future. Let's watch Donald Trump. He said he really don't endorse many people, but he endorsed him. So I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna make it. He's telling history right now. I didn't catch all of it, but he's telling history of what happened to someone who passed. Will American soldiers remain in Poland? He said, you know something I know? He said we helped China very, very much. He said at the meeting with India, China, and Russia that they could at least have said America, like they appreciate America for helping them, and they won't say it. They won't say it. Well said. Well said. He said DC is a total safe zone, which means all the zones that are government and housing, certain parts of housing are safe zones. Let's see what he says. That's very, very hard. He said Putin knows where he stands with him, and he's either going to be at the meeting happy or unhappy, and he know that things will start to happen if he's unhappy. He said it was a massive amount of drugs coming into our country to kill a lot of people. He said they sent some of the worst gangs, the worst people. You know, the Mexican airspace. Look, follow me at the Kimberly Cloud Show 39. I'm about to start talking about something. So thank you. On Facebook. So Trende Aragua, I have reason to believe that over the years, because the Mexican airspace isn't like American airspace, we're highly advanced. We're advanced and more advanced than them. And we're neck and neck with China. We're neck and neck with China with our technology. Either China is above us or we're above China or we're equal right now. And they use dirt cheap cell phones, especially when smuggling and doing all types of stuff. They do things with their cell phones and all that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. But they have cell phones. They have a signal, and some I have to explain this because some all cell phones can have a magnetic, um, electromagnetic or radioactive, or not radioactive. That sounds crazy, but radio waves, and they can cause your behavior to change. Now they know that, so if they had technology that can manipulate that behavior, like make you feel angry, make you feel sad, make you feel happy, make you feel dull, like that. We know that. Let me fact check it. How does phones affect your behavior? If you can make some sort of technology that can tweak your behavior, like whatever, like a new frequency or a new type of um, thing that, like radio, anxiety and depression it causes, addiction and dependency, reduce. I don't want to go into the negative stuff that this phone can do for me, because I feel fine with the phone. And I take the phone beyond moderation to the extreme, like Granny said on Red. I take it to the extreme. Like seriously. Um, I think it's whatever else is being, like, I don't know. I can't predict that, but I can say it changes your behavior. And it has radio waves or some type of electromagnetic wave. I'm not going to hold up my show to sit up there and look that up. But if that's it, you know, over the years, these weak phone signals could have been an experimentation of something bigger. Only the cartels have these phones. Like they used to have these cell phones. They keep on them with the drugs and the money and all that, and these old phones, it was like, could have been could have been like a study or something to change the behavior. Could have been, and cause people, and once it's like a drug. It's just like a drug, whatever electromagnetic wave that whoever could have did that, you know if you take too much of it, you're completely gone. And they test it to the extreme for negative behaviors. America don't do that. Do you have an Apple phone? What's in your Apple card? No, I'm sorry for saying that. I mean, I'm not saying that meaning Apple as a whole, but the dark side of Apple. Now, why would they empty out their prisons just to come here? 37 people got out. There were cell phones being brought out. It was a whole orchestrated plan by some higher up power of Venezuela. I don't want to get into facts because only, like in America, only a president can say, empty out the prisons. Empty out the prisons. And that's what happened. I read something about this. And they knew the president was probably working with a higher power. And possibly if it was me and I was a Venezuelan president, I would be working with a higher power of America. Who was that higher power of America during that time? Who let them come over during this time? You know who actually have Trump derangement syndrome? It's not the Democrats per se. They're a part of it. It's China. This this is not normal. China is resisting, the Democrats are resisting. Over the years, China is not stupid. They never trusted us. They just tolerate us. And they could have been developing technology to control, manipulate. They say it in the definition. Counterintelligence, intelligence, espionage, trade of secrets. Over the years, that's what they want. They want you annoyed. They want you mad because the person, like you said, you were watching them and they watch you. Why is it that we can give whatever we can to the people and yet they're not happy? You can give whatever you can to the people and the Democrats are never happy. Like something in them, like okay. I remember back in the day, politics, government. You get the debate. It's a debate. I get it. Shit talking is going to happen. But what they are doing, how they have weaponized, like, we can only imagine what China has. Would this benefit China? They are how the Democrats are fighting to prevent, to uh, not prevent crime. Would this help China? Because people are dying, innocent people. They were basically abusing. They were basically abusing people by torture, by rape, by murder, by assault, and it tortures mentally and it hurts Trump. That's why Russia and that's why they all have something in common to hurt you like you are hurting them. Why would they not want the Olympics to happen? Who would not want the Olympics to happen? Probably during Trump's 4 years, they wouldn't want the Olympics to come. That would have went down in history, and it would have been the only thing Trump was known as. Oh, and Governor Newsom would have looked innocent in the part. It would have been like, oh, Governor Newsom, it all burnt down, and people would have speculated it was Trump's fault because he didn't send in the National Guard, and people would have said it's Gavin Newsom's fault, but it would have been more on Trump because guess why? He's the president. He's supposed to be the competent one. It's funny. It's real funny. This has been going on for years, man, like hundreds of years. The fight between America and Mexico. A lot of Mexicans go have over the years, the course of the 90s, should I say, the 90s, the late 80s, the mid 80s, uh, going across the border to California. And this was during a time where, you know, Mexico wasn't advanced, still not advanced with their technology. And yeah, it's a hot mess. It all is, I don't want to explain it. It all is a hot mess, you know. Sending messages between America, and that's why they don't care when the cartels cross the American and Mexican border, because they know they sending messages between the border and America, because they didn't have cell phones back then. And they go to California, and now they're weaponized. They're weaponized. If I was to step foot talking like this in California, I'd be a dead woman. I am a dead woman walking in California. They, it, their behavior is so aggressive, and they hurt who Trump loves. They hurt what Trump loves. So I say to myself, who would benefit seeing Trump get on stage or get at the Oval Office, the great Oval Office, and talk about these things that makes him mad? So the resistance movement, like China, has resisted everything you said. If this was a real political thing, we would be united. We would be united, Democrat and Republican, whoever is president. Let's say Trump did lose. If Trump did lose, and he would work with Biden if Biden was competent. If Trump won, which he did, then Biden would work with him if Trump was competent. And but over the years, the DNC has been weaponized to resist Republicans. No, by all means. What are you getting out of it? China has something to benefit, but what are y'all getting out of resisting? Money? That's not really nothing. It's like they're deranged. Over the years, they done all worked with China, all of them. The ones that pretend to not work with China has worked with China, and the ones that have worked with China has all except Trump, because he doesn't have Trump's arrangement syndrome. But all of these people, they want to see him either dead or whatever. Like, I'm trying to figure out what is really going on. I will never stop fighting because you had me and you connected me to gateway drugs. I will never stop fighting for the next person. A person died every second. You done killed a lot of souls. And gradually, Chinese people are coming over here. I'm not prejudiced, but I know you don't let them out of your country without some legit reason. I doubt if it was like that, everybody would be coming over here. I have reason to believe, allegedly, that you've been watching and you're president. You have every right to watch all of your citizens, but you've been hindering some citizens from the real citizens that really want to come over here and make a better life from actually coming over here and making a better life. You select strategically, top secretly select them to come over here. You know what would have happened? They would have came over here and they would have took over. They it would have been a war, and then we would have been outrun by Mexicans. And then what they don't know is, wasn't the Chinese and Mexicans before together? I mean, even when they were coming through the border, haven't they been like had a heritage or a backstory? I wonder what they make for presidents to eat. That's crazy, man. They probably get like burgers one day and something fancy another day. I know that's right. He said he wanted him to walk through Baltimore with him. He said, you know, he's a brave guy, but he is not stupid. That is so true. I couldn't stop from being in bad neighborhoods. I couldn't. I had to be in them. But had I been known what I know now, I would have tried my best to stay away from the roughest neighborhoods. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know how that happened. They treat us like we're primitive. They said they had Americans teach Americans how Chinese work. That's the language you want us to know, the basic Chinese language. There's over 100 to 300 types of Chinese. That's the only thing I hate about being out here. So the treaty, I wanna of Wangaya. That's when secrets started being shared, and we started sharing our secrets, and they shared secrets that were like under us, but not nothing ahead of us. We did the same thing, but the wrong people were in office. And too many, the weather bloom being number one. What person would allow a person to another country that's more advanced than us to fly a weather balloon over our United States? Okay, I'll be back on here later. I'm sorry, I can't show y'all I can't really be out here like that long because I'm working off of my phone stuff. So yeah, I I have faith in America. I have faith in America. Good always outwins evil. Even when evil have to make us suffer, good always outwins evil. And maybe one day we can get this evil to go away for good. Or maybe it's a lesson to learn, you know, where we're saying to ourselves, this, I will never do this to my people. Take care.
Never waste my time. You are out.